What's up, guys? My name is Ashura and I am from Ashura Psychic and Tarot Advisors. This is a tutorial on one of the readings that I did for a client that I'd like to share with you. To book your reading, please go to www.ashuratarot.com. Please also like and share this video, and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive new learning material. And then also please join me on Facebook. My Facebook link is over here. You can just paste it into your browser and then you will find me there. Now, most of you know that I am a tarot reader of a different kind. I like to use a varying range of divination or different types of reading techniques, and I like to combine that with my tarot readings to deliver a very different and accurate reading to my clients. Now, some of the techniques over the next few weeks I'm going to be sharing with you here. I will be posting it on my YouTube channel. So as I said, don't forget to subscribe if you want to receive those notifications. You will notice that I am using the Gilded Tarot deck, and the reason why I like this deck so much is because it is bright. It's still got the symbolism from the Rider-Waite deck. Guys, the Rider-Waite deck is my most productive deck. I use that one for 99% of my readings, but this deck connects with me when I'm trying to find missing people and things, or to solve a mystery. Alright, I connect with numbers and colors and symbolism. So for me, this one, for this question that I received from this gentleman, this tarot deck resonated with me. So this one, if in case you want to get it, is called the Gilded Tarot deck. Okay. I don't so much focus on positions of cards. Sometimes I do, other times I don't. I go purely intuitively with what comes through my channel. In this case, the question was, who stole the money? This gentleman wanted to know who stole the money out of his wallet. And so for me, I needed to see a storyline of events that happened that day. And I found in my experience with asking about what happened to people, or where they are, or where the missing thing or person is, when I lay my cards out, I find that the story that I'm looking at is events that transpired around the time the item or the person or the thing went missing. So sometimes traditional meanings come into play, other times it don't. Traditional meanings are very important because it gives you base knowledge, okay? But you still have to take it and you still have to apply it into your reading. And this is the challenge with most tarot readers, and I've seen this happen, and I see it happen on the social media groups every day, is that someone will ask a question and a reader will come on and give a traditional meaning of a card which is very general. You know, for me, that just doesn't come from within. You need to be able to be original and apply that meaning to the client situation. So what I did was I shuffled my cards several times. I laid them out and I drew 5 cards. Okay. The reason I always start with 5 cards is because that gives me my storyline. That is the first outline of the story. Okay. If I need to elaborate, in this case, I did not need to elaborate on the story. I would draw more cards. So if I wanted to know what was going on here, I would possibly draw another card and just place it over this card, because then the second card would give me clarity as to why this guy is pinned to the ground. Okay. But in this case, I didn't need to do that. So I drew my 5 cards, and this is what I got. I got the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, I got the 9 of Cups in the reversed position, I got the 4 of Swords, and I also got the 3 of Swords. Now for me, a tarot reading, and I know most readers read in this way, moves from this side to this side. So it will go from the left, my left, to the right. Okay, so we're moving forwards. And the first thing I always ask myself when I look at these cards or any layout in front of me is, who is doing what to whom? Alright? So let's go through this. What was the first things that I noticed? Because the first moments of perception when you look at these cards, that first few moments, that is your most important information because your mind's trying to analyze. So with the 10 of Swords here, I can see that someone was a bit out of it. I could see that someone was a bit out of it. This actually to me looks like someone was drunk and passed out. Okay, that was the first thought I got when I saw this card, is someone was drunk and passed out. Now I am now looking at the imagery in the cards. I am not looking at the symbolism just yet, because as I said, that first few moments of looking at the cards, you need to take that in, that information in. And so for me, the first things that popped out were nothing to do with symbolism, but the imagery in this card. This guy looks like he's drunk and passed out. Okay. When I looked at the 6 of Swords, I thought, well, this is a lady. You can see this is a lady. She's got a blue cloak on, and she's got the swords in a boat, but she's moving somewhere. So this is a card of movement from one place to another. Right? So I'm noticing that this one is a little bit, I thought to myself, wow, you know, is it could be a female that stole the money, because this looks like someone making an escape or taking things and going. But then I saw the 9 of Cups card, and this is very interesting because I think this is where I had my first aha moment. Okay, this is the 9 of Cups, and it is in the reverse position. And in the reverse position, the 9 of Cups, because now what's going through my mind is, okay, well, now this is where traditional meanings come in. Okay, guys? So I'm thinking, well, the 9 of Cups in the reverse position means overindulgence, you know, greed. I mean, I look at the guy in the card, he's standing with a cup and he's reversed. So did this guy have too much to drink? Did he drink all the wine that were in those cups? So, you know, that kind of is what's going through my mind. So now I can, before I go further, I can look back at this card and I can say, okay, well, something was going on here. Yes, 3 characters already in the card, because I am seeing people here. I'm also seeing people. I'm seeing this gentleman laying passed out. I'm seeing this lady running away. And I'm seeing this guy who's had too much to drink. Alright? So what I did was, you know, I would encourage all of you to do this. When you take on a reading from a client, let them give you just a little bit of background. And this guy did give me a little bit of background. I don't need much, but you know, it's to try and pinpoint and give an accurate reading, pinpoint the exact information the client wants, you will need to have some background information. Otherwise, you are going to go all over the show. That reading is going to last for hours with you trying to pinpoint who's who in the zoo. So the first thing I said to him was, were you guys partying? I see there's several people here. Were you guys partying? Were you drinking? Were you guys partying and drinking? And then he said to me, yes. So this is also nice when you can interact with your client, because then you can also try and make sense of your cards and where they fit into the story, okay? So he said to me, yes, and he was quite surprised that I could see that information. He said, yes, he was. They were drinking. There was a few of them drinking. They had some beers that day. And he went off to sleep, okay? And what happened was, he knows that this is not the first time that money went missing from his wallet. So he took his wallet and he hid it under his pillow where he was going for a lie down for his snooze. And when he woke up, the first thing he did was check where his wallet was under the pillow, and it was not there. The wallet was not there. Something told him to look under the mattress on the same bed that he was lying down. And lo and behold, there was the wallet, but there was money missing from the wallet. All right. And he specifically knows exactly how much money was in that wallet when he went to sleep. So I told him, okay, stop there. You don't have to tell me anything more. All right. Because immediately my attention was drawn to the Four of Swords, and then his storyline of events made sense. Can you guys see that here? He had too much to drink. He was a little bit drunk, so he went. This is a card of movement. And this here is the card that indicates that there was drinking going on and there was an excess. So he needed to lie down. Do you see the Four of Swords card? This card is so very telling, because look at the pillow. The pillow is red and it's sticking out, and it's showing me, okay, yes, this guy did definitely put his money under his pillow. And when he woke up, do you see where his arm is hanging over the mattress here? Showing us, and here the sword, showing us, well, the money ended up there. Okay. So this is very interesting that the cards matched his exact story. Alright. So I looked at the Three of Swords and I thought, what does this mean to me? And immediately I thought, because the Three of Swords also to me in other readings have come up as 3 people involved, or a third person, or 3 suspects. So to me, I just got the message in my mind that this Three of Swords, he had 3 suspects in mind. Okay. And so I said to him, well, it could be one of 3 people. And I was immediately drawn back here to the lady in the blue. And I said, I think I'm getting a feeling that it was a girl, possibly someone with a blue jacket. Because I'm noticing that this lady has a blue jacket on and it's so bright. So it could be a girl and a guy, because then I thought, okay, well, this guy could have been involved. But that didn't feel right to me. It definitely didn't feel right to me. But I presented this to him anyway. I said, you know what? I feel like you might think it's one of 3 people. And then it just struck me. My eyes fell onto this guy over here. All right. But in response to my message, he said, yes, initially I accused my cousin and his wife. All right. But then I replied and I said, you know, I'm going to tell you now who took that money. The person who took the money wears a hat and is a little bit older in age. He was older than the rest of you. And I looked at the Three of Swords and I thought, well, this has got to be a family member, someone close to him. And that is why the heartbreak, that is why the betrayal, that is why the betrayal card is here. It's someone he knows, family. Because this guy's got a hat on and he is the only person in reverse. Do you see that? So I was drawn straight to the imagery on this card and I said to him, you know, this is a guy in a hat that wears a white hat. He's older than you. He stole your money and he might be related to you as well. So that feeling of you will feel betrayed when you manage to uncover it, who it is. And you know, that hit the nail on the head because he said to me, the client said to me, oh my word, the only one with a white hat was my cousin. That was my cousin. And how I'm sure I know it's him is because his friend came to me later that day and told me that my cousin, who was incidentally also drinking with him, had allegedly picked up money somewhere. But it was quite a bit of money, and this guy didn't believe the cousin. So again, guys, here's the Three of Swords where this guy's friend betrayed him, this guy's friend pimped him, told on him. And so this is definitely the guy who stole the money. Do you see this guy? He's got a little beard here, he's a little bit older. So I asked my client, I said, well, what did you think of that reading? And do you think it could have been your other cousin and his wife? And he said, no, it's definitely not them. This is the guy. This is the guy because his movements and habits, furthermore, on that day were very shady. So, yes, guys, just a little introduction onto how I handle my readings. I can't give all the information in one session, but I will most definitely be back with another session. And if you have any questions, you can just leave me a comment in the comments box, and I will come back to you.